Hey, Canada Contemporary World crew, Mr. Henderson here, and I have to start off by firstly apologizing for not being around at all the last couple of weeks. It's just been with me going to Brazil and some field trips I've had this week, and then some cancellations of our classes here and there. It's been a perfect storm, so I apologize for not being around, but I will certainly make that up to you by the end of the week, and certainly into next week we're going to start going crazy. But hopefully you enjoyed the refugee simulation camp and looking at government and doing your human rights hero card and all that kind of stuff. I just want to review though right now a couple of assignments that I need you to do. First of all, there's the we get rid of Robert Baldwin here, but there's the KQED. Now, hopefully everyone's had a chance to do this one in terms of violent cities. I've been taking a look at that. See if I can pop my Twitter up here and do a little search for our hashtag. Yeah, this is really important because it sort of gets me to or lets me into your brain to see how you're analyzing articles and ideas and all that kind of stuff. And it's been great to notice that some of you have been going back and forth with other people. And I love how Kelly here put him a Winnipeg context, and you guys did that. So it's been really neat. Tyson got in there, Jacob, Jack, some call center stuff, and so I really appreciate you guys doing that. I hope you find this kind of an exciting project that you get to talk to kids all over the world. I know Vicky last week got into a dialogue with somebody, and that's just so gratifying for us as teachers. Anyway, the one is that I believe we're looking at. Here's the do now. Let's take a look. And see if it pops us there. Nope. So this is the one that they wanted us to do, the do now civics, and is violent crime decreasing in your community? And so thanks for those people who have looked at it. So I appreciate it if other people could take a look at it too. This week I enjoyed the head injury one. You guys are pretty sharp, so it's been neat to watch your conversations related to that. So if you haven't done that today, please do so. The other thing that I wanted you guys to, there's two more things that I want you to do to finish up those human rights. The Human Rights Heroes cards, and to produce those you can export those. If you go into InDesign, you can go to File and export those as two different JPEGs and then upload those to Edmodo. I put the assessment criteria in, sorry I don't know what's happening here. I put the assessment criteria in Edmodo for you to take a look at, because I know Jacob, you were sort of wondering, oh, what do I put on here? And so it looks like someone's already turned it in. But I put that up there, so take a look at it just to make sure you have all the information you need. And it looks like, oh, Ravneet actually updated hers. Oh, no, she didn't. But anyway, if you could upload those two JPEGs, that would be dynamite. And so then I'll turn those actually into cards. That would be great. And then then I know that you guys have sort of done some research on people who have looked at human rights and been heroes and have made the world a better place. Okay, so if you could do that. Lastly, go back to, I wanted you guys to start to look at who your elected representatives were. And so I asked you to go on Wikispaces, and I you know, it's my bad, I didn't explain this properly. So if you click on the wiki, and a wiki is just basically a website that we can all build together. Basically what I want you guys to be able to do is create a wiki on this page here. Some of you sent it in the discussion post, but I'm wanting it to actually, so you can edit and change this up. So what you'll want to do on the top of your screen, if you haven't signed in, you'll want to hit join and request join for me, and then I'll set you up with an account. But basically what I asked you to do was, I said, find out who your city councillor is, your member of legislative assembly, and your member of parliament. Who are they? Find them on Twitter, follow them, and then find an article about each of them and what they're up to. And so what I would like you to do is actually go into here, edit, and then you can say, okay, so these are Matt's, but I'm not going to use, I'll use a different heading here. I'll use this. So if I was a member of the class, I am, Matt's representatives, So I would go in and start saying, okay, my member of parliament, right, and mine is Joyce Bateman. And so then I would talk a little bit about her, maybe put her Twitter up, a picture of her, because I can put up different files, and I can put YouTube videos up of them if I want, right? I can go to here and put up a YouTube video by putting the HTML in, all that kind of stuff. And then I would talk about, well, who's my MLA? Well, that's James Allen. And I would do the same, put some information about him. And then so we'd get a pretty good idea of where our members are in terms of neighborhood. Then what I want you guys to do is find an issue that whether it's a federal issue, a provincial issue, or a city issue, and I want you to figure out who you would complain to about it. Who would you inform that you have some issues regarding this particular problem? So would you send a letter to your member of parliament? Would you send a letter to your MLA? Would you send a letter to your city councillor? All three. And then I want you to start to draft a letter. And what you're going to do, you're going to go to this specific website, Owl Purdue, and we've been there for APA, but they also do letters. And I'll show you in a second. My internet's a little bit slow, so I apologize. Here we go. So they give you sample letters. Like, how do you create a letter? There's sort of a lost art to it, okay? But follow this particular, I want you to try and come up with a draft, and we'll see how we want to assess it later. But I want you to be able to sort of say, okay, which level of government is it? How do I address it? What's my issue? And how do I address a letter that's meaningful and will actually impact that person? And for have you guys to sort of participate in democracy in that way. Okay, does that make sense? If you have questions, I'm on a field trip, send me, you know what, it's best just to sort of maybe send me a tweet or an email or something like that. I'm at the provincial archives right now with your crew, or with my Canadian history crew. But hopefully that's manageable, and that we can start to build this site and start to follow issues that are meaningful. Okay, we'll talk to you soon, and thanks very much for your patience while I've been away for so long. Take care.